Sunday, July 26th, Thompson Boxing back in business. I'm Beto Duran. I'll be on the call alongside with Doug Fisher and Jessica Rosales. The main event is today's guest, the West Texas Warrior from, wait a minute, where's he from? As they said in Friday Night Lights, oh, you're from Midland.
You from Midland.
You from Midland. That is Michael Dutchover, promoted by Thompson Boxing and Banner Promotions. Michael, you are the main event on 321 Boxing. It's been a while since you've been in the ring. How has camp been for you?
This is honestly, I can say, and my team knows, it's been one of my best camps, honestly. And as everybody knows, my fight was delayed in March, and I decided to stay here because I wanted to be one of the first people back whenever fights start coming back after this, during this pandemic. And because I knew there was going to be a lot of fighters, you know, if you're not ready, you know, you're going to get left on the shelf. So I decided to stay here, stay ready, and we stayed in shape. And now we're ready to perform in that. You know, I'm happy to be one of the first fighters back fighting in California and being a main event on a Thompson boxing card. You know, I'm blessed. You know, I'm grateful for this opportunity, and you know, I'm looking forward to taking advantage of it and showing out and putting a good performance. I've had a great camp. We're closing camp, you know, finishing training strong this week, and you know, going into next week is fight week.
Now, it's completely different for everybody. We know that Top Rank are doing their shows in Las Vegas in the bubble. Golden Boy's going to do a show. PBC is going to do a show. Thompson Boxing, it'll be a Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock start. Mentioned it's going to be a pay-per-view, $650, 321 Boxing. The information, look, it's $650, cheaper than your coffee from Starbucks or your beer that you're going to get. But it's a way to support the fighters. A club show is really expensive to put on and take you behind the scenes. Michael, you don't worry about this, but the crowd is how you're going to help pay Michael. So the pay-per-view is going to go to Michael's purse. It's going to go to the cost of the medical test, everything else. Now for you, Mike, before we get to your fight, what's it been like being in the protocol? Because you have to stay away from everybody. You're in the backyard of your manager's house. You're avoiding everybody, but have you been tested? What's going on?
Yeah, I've been tested. I took my first test last week. You know, I was negative. I take another one this Friday. I'm taking another one before my weigh-in. So, you know, the Thompson protocol is, you know, it's very stuck to, and it's a good plan. You know, everybody's being tested, you know, being safe, and that's what it's all about. You know, making sure everybody's safe around, you know, during this difficult time, and we're just taking it as it is, and we're staying clean. Everybody in the gym that we sparring at has been tested negative, and so we're all good and training hard, and you know, just taking advantage of the opportunities that we have.
Now, okay, you get hit in the face for a living, right? You spar, you get hit in the nose. How much does that test hurt in the nose?
Man, I cried. Basically, that's the thing. They stick it so far. You know, I had a tear coming down, man. I haven't cried. I remember the last time I cried. You know, being hit and got my nose bloody and stuff, a cut, and that's never made me cry. But my first test, I had a tear coming down just because it was deep and it just made my eyes water. And I'm like, dang. It got me. So, you know, but, you know, it's what we have to do. You know, we go through it.
Yeah, it's interesting because, look, you get hit on the outside, and since you're a little kid, you see blood line, no big deal. I had to go and get tested also, and they told me I self-administered myself. So, like, for you, you probably had somebody do it for you, right? So I went, and I did the swab, and they're like, nah, man, you got to put that up higher. I was like, oh, okay, a little higher. They're like, that's not going to work. And I already had a couple of tears. You know, seen some stars.
Yeah.
We're higher, and they're like, now it works. And by that time, you see the stars, and then you feel like the mochos are coming out, right? And like I'm just like you, I had the tears. I'm like, wait a minute, I got to do this 2 more times. So, and just to be the broadcaster for the fighter, I know it's a dumb question, but like, did you cry? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah, it's fun. It makes you, you know, just just get your face like that. So yeah, man, I've been tested twice. Still got to do another one, 2 more. So
the reason I got the towel right here is that, well, it's hot in our studio, but also because it's taking me back to the memories of like exactly what I did. When I got it, I was doing this.
Yep.
Get little chill.
They hand you a Kleenex too right after.
Yeah.
They already know what it's gonna do to you.
Exactly. And yeah, so you'll be doing that. You test negative. Hopefully everything works out for you. Now let's get to your fight. Main event. You're 13-1 with 10 KOs. You're taking on a tough Jorge Marron Jr. out of San Diego. He's 18-1, 6 KOs. Thompson Boxing is doing a good job of building up the hype for this one. And you were supposed to fight in March around St. Patrick's Day. Marron is a step up in the competition that you were going to have in March. You could easily just say, you know what, maybe somebody not as advanced, but that's not your attitude, is it?
No, I'm a fighter. Fighters fight, and these are the type of fights that you need to, to become a world champion. You can't take the easiest route, and that's what's gonna make a real fighter. And as my last fight, I had a tough fight. I learned a lot from it, and this is gonna be another good opponent. And I'm not fighting guys that I can usually take out, 1 round, like how earlier in my career. And so I'm learning a lot of ring IQ, adjusting, and fighting smart, fighting my fight, fighting and using my ring IQ.
Now you see fighters like right now, we're Tuesday and Thursdays watching the ESPN shows that Top Rank is putting on, and you're starting to see some guys that normally wouldn't have been on TV because somebody tests positive, they get up there. It's a mentality of you have to be ready at all times, which you are. Your stablemate Ruben Torres, you guys are always either working out or make sure you're ready to go. But that attitude, you got to have even more right now, don't you? Of that, you never know who you might get a call. Maybe it's the B side, but it's a huge opportunity. You have to stay ready.
Yep, this is especially right now. It's the biggest opportunities coming up for fighters, and you have to stay ready. You'll get left on the shelf really quick because calls are going out big time right now. And all the promoters are doing it because everybody's you have to be in the U.S. It's hard to find fighters outside of the country to bring in during this pandemic, and so you have to be ready, and so that's what we are. We're staying on top of our game. Me and my stablemate Ruben Torres, we'll both be showing out July 26th, and we can't wait.
Now, you've been doing something different for this camp. Your strength and conditioning coach, Jerry Arias, because of the pandemic, was forced to shut down his gym, his studio that he rented out. And Jerry always has a great positive attitude. I know him well. He actually trains my son, full disclosure. But I love what you guys have done. You've adapted it where you are now doing hikes, where you're now working out at the beach. You're just – every excuse is made for you if you wanted to use it. But what's it like now training at the beach where next to you they're doing yoga or there's somebody playing, doing all kinds of different stuff? Like to go and lock in on as a professional athlete, a big opportunity for you. How's that play with your mind?
Yeah, this is a big thing because everything is closed. All the gyms are closed down, and you can't have the mentality of I'm stuck at home. I'm saying? We're at the park. We're at the park working out, putting in work, and you have to learn to adjust, and that's what we've been doing. And shout out to my strength and conditioning coach Jerry Arias. He's literally like he's a mobile gym. All of his equipment. We park in Long Beach. Park at the park. He opens up his back. He has all the equipment there, bands, light weights. When you pull out everything, set it up. We're throwing resistance bands on the tree. Putting it up, and you have to adjust. Just like in the ring, whenever something's not going your way, you have to learn to adjust, and that's what we've been doing in this whole camp. And getting a lot of vitamin D, getting that sun. We worked out in the sun, and we're sweating a lot. That sun's hot over here. So
hey, I'm sweating too, bro. I'm sweating in my studio right now.
Yeah,
bro.
I know we're sweating right now.
I threw some water on myself just to make it feel good. All right.
I'm about to get it running at 6:00 right now. The sun's still hot. So.
Mike, let me ask you. Let me focus on your strength and conditioning coach, Jerry. Not only is he somebody who's training you, getting your body right, but I do know that he has a huge impact on the positive mindset, the books, and when you're training with him, it's not just, okay, let's do 5 reps here. It's also the mental side. Tell us about that. Like, what do you guys do? What do you guys talk about?
Everything before every exercise. Before every exercise that we do, and it's always something new. You always take about probably like 2 minutes to he explains how we're doing it, why we're doing it, and what it's gonna help us perform in the ring and everything. And it's not just a workout just to work out, stay fit. No, there's a process. There's a reason why we're doing it, and so we know why we're doing it. And so I think that helps us a lot, just mentally, what it's helping us for, stability, strengthening our shoulders, stuff like that, quickness, being quick on our feet. And, just shout out to the man, Jerry. Jerry knows this stuff, man.
You guys have that hashtag Pound the Rock. What is that?
Pound the Rock. Pound the Rock is just going through adversity, whenever something's tough, you keep going. You don't let it stop you. That's why we're always after the workouts pounding the rock, because, it's just like it's paying our dues. It's another day done, no days off.
It's kind of like you have to go through your last fight. You were cut. It was stopped controversially. Excuses could have been made, but you came out and said, look, take the L, move on forward. You got to pound that rock. You got to fight in March because of pandemic, shut down. Here you go now, 3-2-1 boxing, July 26th, 4 o'clock, the main event. You'll also see Ruben Torres and Arnold Dinong on the card. You're young. How old are you now?
22.
22. West Texas Warrior. You seem like you have that maturity of, I don't care where, I don't care how, I'm going to get there. No excuses made. Where does that come from?
Just from really my experience growing up, everything I've been through, and and my mentors. My mentors, my coach Danny Zamora, my coaches Jerry Arias. They mentor me. I learn a lot of wisdom from them. And me being over here, by myself, all of my family's back home. I've really started to get into like reading books, and everything. I've read books, to help knowledge myself and learn. Just learn. You can never stop learning, and especially in this game. Then the sparring that we're getting. I'm sparring with Arnold Barbosa Jr. right now, the top 140 pounders in the division. And, just I'm soaking up knowledge from all of these guys, different guys, and I never turn down advice. Everybody's giving me advice. I soak it in and try to use it not only in the ring but in life.
Now, this is a different time for everybody. It's a different attitude. You can either sink, you can swim. You got to figure out what you want to do in this sport of boxing, or even as a broadcaster, you got to adjust this way. For you, family is a huge part. Midland, Texas comes out to California whenever you're fighting. They are strong with you. They leave the comments all over the Facebook for those who can't. Your family is huge for you, even though you left them when you graduate high school to chase your dream here in California. But when you fight, they come out strong. How weird is it going to be that you're walking into a fight and no family there?
It's going to be a little different, and as everybody knows, and everybody sees, the fights on TV, there's no crowd, what I'm saying? So I'm really embracing that during my sparring sessions, because that's exactly how it's going to be, like how our sparring sessions, it's just our coaches, the fighters, and that's it, and so I'm really embracing it and getting my mind prepared for how it's going to be on fight night, because it's going to be me and Jorge Marron Jr. in the ring, and we'll be hearing our coaches, of course, on the side, because there's no fans. But everybody, I know that there's gonna be a big crowd watching, online, 3-2-1 boxing. Make sure everybody goes and gets it, and it's just I'm happy that I still feel the support, even though they're not there. You can still feel it, the moral support in you, because I know everybody's gonna be watching back home, and probably honestly more because everybody's stuck at home. They can't buy a flight to come fight out.
Sunday, 4 o'clock start, 3-2-1 boxing. You'll see the main event of Michael Dutchover taking on Jorge Marron Jr. A heck of a main event for you. That's Sunday afternoon. Now, of course, Michael, we can talk boxing, but how many episodes of The Office are you up to now?
Right. Well, I'm rewatching it again. I'm on season 5 at episode 3. That's where I'm at right now. I'm on season 5.
I swear, Michael Scott is really gonna.
I should have worn my shirt during this interview. I got a Michael Scott shirt.
you have a Michael Scott shirt, Dunder Mifflin, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're the oldest 22-year-old I know. Michael Dutchover, as always, good luck to you. What's your social media, man? Throw it out there.
Follow me on Instagram, Dutchover Box. Same thing on Twitter, Facebook, Michael Dutchover. Thank you guys, and make sure to order 321 Boxing on ThompsonBoxing.com.
Look at you with the promo and everything. You're doing my job.
Hey,
there you go.
That's what I'm learning, bro. I'm learning from you.
There it is. Michael Dutchover, the West Texas Warrior, a nickname given to him by the legendary ring announcer Lupe Contreras. So if Lupe gives you the nickname, I mean, you got to use it. You got it.
It's stuck with me, and, I like it. West Texas, baby. It's with my heart. It's on my nickname. Bring it with me for my whole career.
There it is. Michael Dutchover. We will see you July 26th. 3-2-1 boxing. The main event, Dutchover against Jorge Marron. Also, Ruben Torres, Arnold Dinong on that card. Sunday at 4 o'clock. The show will be done by 6. It's a quick one. It's 3-2-1. Get in, get out. You're not watching all night long. But the way that Dutchover has been fighting, the way Marron fights, it should be fireworks that Sunday. Michael Dutchover, as always, thanks a lot for Thompson Boxing. I'm Beto Duran. Thanks for watching. A reminder, July 26th. 3-2-1 boxing. We'll see you then.